So you bought a 10-year term life insurance policy to protect your family from anything happening to you. But now your 10 years is almost up. You still have dependents in the household, and you're starting to realize that you still need some coverage. Otherwise, once it's expired, your family will be left vulnerable. So if this is you, in this video, I'll show you the 3 ways that you can extend your coverage so your family isn't left unprotected. So first off, what actually happens initially when your policy expires? Well, if today is your last policy day and you were to die, your family would still get paid the total amount of the death benefit. However, if tomorrow, the day after your policy expires, you were to die, your family would get nothing at that point. So when your policy expires, it's done. All obligations of the insurance company are over, and your family won't get anything if you were to die the next day. Now, with that being said, there are some insurance companies that after your policy is expired, they will allow you to renew your policy. Now, there's some caveats to this. The renewal has to be yearly. So it's not going to be for a 10-year time frame or a 20-year time frame. It's going to be annual. So the price of what you're going to pay for an annual is going to be based off your age. So every year that you keep this policy active, the policy is going to cost more, because you're getting older every year, hence the price will change. In the beginning, if you're pretty young, the change might be minuscule, and maybe you just need, coverage for a couple more years. You don't need it for 10 more years or 20 more years. If so, then this might be the best option for you, where you can get it done, for 3 more years. You just pay a premium those 3 years. Yes, the premium increases, but you at least have coverage during that time frame. On the other hand, though, if you're a lot older, the policy pricing will increase drastically. If we're talking about in your late 50s or 60s, if that's happening, then yes, you're going to pay a lot more during that time frame. So annual renewable term is what it's called. It's a good option if you just need coverage for just a couple more years. So annual renewable term is the first way you can still get coverage after your policy expires. The second way you can retain coverage is, well, after the policy expires or even before, you just apply for new coverage. So you're applying for a new coverage, maybe for another 10-year term or maybe a 20-year term, whatever the case may be. You just do a new application. So whatever your current policy price is, that's going to change with this new application. So this new application is going to price you in at your current age, not at the age of when you got your initial policy. Your premium is going to increase because of that. But if you need the coverage, this is a great way to continue getting the coverage for as long as your family needs it. So the third way you can retain coverage is by converting your term policy into a permanent policy. So what do I mean? So some companies offer a conversion rider with your initial policy. What that means is throughout the time period that you have this term policy, you can actually convert that policy into a permanent policy. Now, with that being the case, even if you had health changes or anything like that happen to you, if it has that rider in there, you could potentially still convert that policy into a permanent policy. The main downside of this is obviously if you convert it to a permanent policy, your price is going to be a lot higher. So your premium is going to be way higher than what you're currently paying. But at the same time, you will get to keep your policy and still keep coverage for your family. So as you can see, if your policy is getting close to expiration, you're not fully out of options. You still have ways upon which you can continue your coverage and still protect your family. And hopefully this video helped you answer some of your questions that you may have. If you have any other further questions, just put them down below and I'll be able to get to them and answer them for you. Thanks so much.